Welcome to knitting blog number 2. I am really excited because I've made a lot of progress. I'm almost to the heel of my socks that I showed you last week, the ones that were real dark, so I'm not going to show them again because you probably won't see them, but that means I'm going to turn the heel. I am going to do a short row heel instead of the heel flap like the other ones. I think the heel flap is just too big for my feet. I'm also really excited because I started my Clapotis, and I'll tell you, I had this really awesome squishy yarn, which is from Knit Picks. I don't know if you can see it, but it's Knit Picks Chroma, and it's really soft and squishy. It's got lots and lots of colors, and I started knitting up my Clapotis a couple days ago, and so here it is. And as you can see on the one side, I've already started dropping my stitches, and if you look a little bit closer, the colors actually go across the drop stitches, so that's really kind of neat. I have to say that I haven't been feeling real well today, so I haven't been doing much knitting, but one of the things I'm really wanting to do is, it's coming up soon, I want to go to Susan's Fiber shop, which is in Madison, or near Madison, Wisconsin, and see the sheep, because they have a whole set of sheep that you get to see while you're in the store, so I'm really excited for that. I've been thinking a lot about yarn and finished objects, and that I have a lot of unfinished objects in UFOs, aka. So I'm curious what's on everybody else's needles. If you want to leave a comment on this thread, that'd be awesome. I really have been working hard to try to finish what I've started. So I've got the 3 pairs of socks that I'm working on, and then this. And I've got a sweater that I cast on, but it's been a lot hot to knit on it because it's made out of mohair yarn, and it's just very fuzzy and sheds on everything. I swear that when I'm knitting with it, I'm building another goat on me. The dogs have been kind of obsessed with what I'm knitting. Espresso tries to steal my yarn every chance she can get, or get in the way of my yarn every chance she can get. She's real fluffy and fuzzy and has stolen socks before, so I have to be very careful. I was looking, a friend of mine who's learning to knit socks wants red and white and blue yarn for sock yarn, and it is really hard to find red, white, and blue sock yarn. I looked on knitpicks.com, I looked on webs.com, or yarn.com, which is Web's yarn. I looked in the Knit Picks catalog. I did a Google search on Ravelry for it, and nothing came up. So finally I went to lornaslaces.com, and I found sock yarn in their Liberty colorway, which is red, white, and blue. I'm just hoping she gets it in time because she wants to wear them on the 4th of July. You know, the more and more that I knit, the more I realize that I would love to have some sort of fiber-related profession. And unfortunately, I don't have nearly enough time to knit, or nearly enough time to feel well so that I can knit more, I guess. It's funny, my other half says the only reason she knows that I'm not feeling well is that I'm not knitting. So something that I learned this time around, and I think I shared, is a different cast on for socks, and I'm looking forward to doing that again when I do the second sock of my own monkey socks. Now, there's several other pairs of socks out there, or I guess patterns for socks out there that I'm really looking forward to. One is the Pomatemus socks by Cookie A. They are the sister socks to the monkey socks. I have the Sock Innovations sock book by Cookie A as well, and I did the Kaimei socks. They're very green and they have lace on the top, and they're always fun to knit on. So I may make another pair of that in a different color. I've been looking forward to watching Knitting Daily online, but unfortunately it's not on TV this time of year, I guess. I haven't been able to find it. Something that I was thinking about is gloves for knitting when you're knitting socks all the time. These little itty bitty needles, your hands get stiff. So are there gloves out there that you can use to maybe give your hand a little more strength so that you're not stressing your hands out so much. I find that I have to switch back and forth between socks and something else. That's why I started the Clapotis, because my hands were getting a little bit stiff, I guess. So I'm excited to keep working on that. I did cut the pattern in half because I only have about half the yarn it calls for. I can't wait to see what it looks like when I'm done knitting that. And I really think that right now my knitting is kind of how I'm de-stressing. But when I'm sick, I don't feel like I can do enough of that. So maybe it's time for me to really take some time and maybe look at how to maximize my knitting time. I don't know, maybe we'll talk about that next. But I've also been thinking about holiday knitting. I know, right? It's June. Well, what am I going to knit for my in-laws for knitting? And I know you might watch this, so I'm not telling. So I'm really excited. I've been knitting a whole lot, but I think that by the next time I talk to you, I'll finish the Clapotis, or at least be more into it. I should have a finished pair of Brewer's Colored socks, and I should have at least one of my monkey socks finished. Love y'all. Bye.